Members of the Louisiana National Guard were deployed to New Orleans Tuesday ahead of the city's New Year celebrations. New Orleans is also about to mark 1 year since a terrorist attack on Bourbon Street killed 14 people just hours after the city rang in 2025. Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry requested the troops to assist local law enforcement as they get ready for this week's festivities, including a major college football playoff game. CBS News reporter Kati Weis is on Bourbon Street with more. Katie, how is this deployment different from what we've seen in other cities across the country?
Sure. Well, good afternoon. I've been out here for the last couple of hours right along Bourbon Street, monitoring the security coming in for their deployment tonight. And we've been seeing a lot more federal and state agents trickling in to begin their ramped up operations for the evening. And what's different about the National Guard specifically coming here to help out with security rather than in perhaps some other cities that we've seen in the last few months is that the city of New Orleans really views the National Guard coming here as more of a partnership, not an invasion. They welcome the National Guard agents, about 350 National Guard troops, to come here to the Big Easy and help provide support for security operations as we see more tourists flocking to the city for that big game and for New Year's Eve celebrations, especially given what happened here along Bourbon Street 1 year ago. We saw a truck commit a terror attack, barreling down 3 crowded blocks of revelers on New Year's Day in the early morning hours, killing 14 people and injuring dozens others. I was one person who was here that night. I'll never forget the carnage. And I even spoke with some tourists here along Bourbon Street earlier today about how they're feeling. And they say, while they do feel safe, the vibe is a little different. Here's one tourist about how he says it even feels a little eerie. Take a listen.
Same ones we had watching on TV, and as we walked down Bourbon from Canal, my wife, we were looking up at the flags with people's pictures and names, and my wife said it's very eerie, and I agree with that.
And meanwhile, the city has built several new and improved security barriers along Bourbon Street, but many local businesses want to see more installed, and there's still an ongoing debate as to whether or not this street in completeness needs to just completely be a permanent pedestrian-only zone. Lindsay?
Kati Weis, thank you.